Howdy everybody, it's Amy here from Amy's Sparkly Diamond Painting. How are you doing? It is Friday morning, so we're headed into the weekend, which means it's time to do some diamond painting. So I have a product review package here for you guys, and you can tell by the size it's a little bit smaller, but that's because there are two different canvases in here. So this came to me from the company FGNormal that I've been doing probably at least once a month, a product review package for them. So they gave me a budget and told me to pick out some goodies that I liked, and here it is. So it did arrive in this thin mailer package, but these are two smaller canvases, so we'll see how they come out. So there's one and two. So as you can see here, I have a regular diamond painting as well as a special drill diamond painting. So we'll start with the special drill. All right. Took me a minute to find that opening. So here we go. I know Easter is over, but when we order these, typically it is that time of year, and then they do take a couple weeks to arrive. So we have this cute little Easter egg set here, 3 different Easter eggs and a few little Easter bunnies. I like how this one just has the ears poking up there over the top of the egg like he's hiding. And then we have these other 2 bunnies over here. Lots of special drills with this one. You can see all those flowers all have marquees or teardrops making up those flower shapes. Lots of round special drills, lots of rhinestones. This one's actually going to be a fair amount of diamond painting. So this is a 30 by 30, and we have 11 different types of rhinestones or special drills. I'm going to go ahead and roll this the other way. This is a softer canvas that loses the wrinkles pretty quickly. So we do have a couple wrinkles in there, but as you can see, the canvas is pretty soft, so it should flatten out rather easily here. You guys don't want to sit and watch me mess with a canvas the whole time. So let's see what we got in here. I should mention we do have the basic toolkit as expected. And this one is called, I've got it written down here, I just wrote Easter eggs. It is $5.31 at the time that I picked it up. So let's see what we have here. We have a long train of drills. We'll start on this side. I see actually quite a few here. So we've got the clear and some kind of blue turquoisey, lighter color of blue turquoise there. Lots and lots of gold, kind of a yellowish gold here, and a pink and green, very bright green there. And now we go into the special drills, and this is always where the fun part is. So we have some gold rounds, we have some shiny pink rounds. These are not faceted, so they have kind of that neat flat look to them. Then we have lots of these really bright pink here teardrops. Those are for the flowers, and some pearlescent ones, and then lots and lots of blue ones for the flowers as well. So I think this one will look really cool, and I may do this one at the end of this video as a time lapse and show you the result at the end, because this one I think can be finished rather quickly, and we'll see how it looks. So let me put that off to the side so that we can look at our diamond painting here. So this is a 30 by 50. It's a little bit bigger one. Okay, these openings are disguised this time. There we go. Okay, so this is another spring themed one that I thought was really pretty. And it's a pretty decent size here. This is a canvas full of lilies. So let me flatten it out so you can see it a little bit better. And again, this is that softer, easier to flatten canvas. Aren't they pretty? So we have just a little bit of sky up here, but then we have all different shades of purples, pinks, light pinks, yellows, lots and lots of pretty colors there for the lilies. Very, very pretty. We've got some confetti here with a lot of color changes down here at the bottom where we've got the stems of the lilies mixing in with some of the different shades of the background there. The glare's kind of bad today, so let me see if I can do this without causing too much trouble here. We're going to remove most of the plastic for a little bit so that you can see the drill field. So this is a round. I don't see any guide circles on the light colors, which is good because sometimes those dark circles can be hard to cover up with the diamonds. Not a whole lot of opportunity for multi-placing. Maybe a little bit here in the backgrounds, but mostly this is probably going to be a single placing diamond painting. And this will be good for my upcoming event here in June. Let me put this cover back on before I make a mess of this. I don't want the cover to fold over and stick on the wrong side. There we go. But my event in June with Diamond Painting with Friends 2.0 is plants and gardens. So here we have a garden full of lilies. This one only has 24 colors, so that's not too bad. And let's see, we have 1 through 8 and then uppercase letters. So everything actually looks pretty easy to read there. And like I said, no guide circles, which is always a plus for me. And I know the plastic's a little bit messy, but we'll fix that later. So basic toolkit. And it looks like the mini bags. I haven't seen these in a little while. We'll take a look at the drills here. I'll just pour them all out so you can see here. Lots and lots of pink. So these are 2 different shades of pink here, 778 and 818. These will need to be kitted up in baggies, or you could just use one, cut each one of these open. I think each one holds maybe about 200 drills, and empty it before you move on to the next. So there's another pink, a couple shades of purple. Let's see how many shades of purple we've got here. There's another one. There's another one. So lots and lots of purple. These all have the DMC number written on them, so you can tell what's what. Here's some more pinks and some salmon type colors and some darker pinks there. And then some of the yellows for that yellow one there. And some of the green background here. Lots of this color. This is, put it the right way there, 936, kind of a somewhat dark green there, and then 732, and a gray here, 3787, and another dark background here. This is 3371, which is very dark brown. Lots of those. And then a nice purple, 3042, 646, and a dark maroon color here. This is 777. So this will be a fun, oh, one more sitting there. So no AB drills or anything, but this one was quite affordable here. This one, the lilies, was $7.97, which is pretty good for a 30 by 50. Although looking at the size, it looks like about a 25 by 45. So let me go ahead and lay this down a little bit better so you can see a little bit better here. But this one I could see being some sort of like banner. I would put maybe a poster frame, small poster frame at the top and the bottom. Those are those wood frames, that wood bars that are magnetic on both sides. So I would maybe cover this in tape around the edges, like a black, and then put a black poster frame at the top and bottom and hang it as a banner during the spring. So really, really pretty. We'll take one last look here at the drill field so you can see how that one looks. It looks pretty good, and I don't see any trouble with any symbols. So that is our other one. I'm going to put that here and take care of that later, but I thought it might be fun to do this one and fast forward it as a time lapse and show it to you at the end. So again, these are both from FGNormal. We have the lilies, and that one is really, really pretty, $7.97. Easter eggs, $5.31. So hang tight, I'll get started, and we'll see how this works. right, everybody, we have a finish. There it is. Really, really sparkly, really nice little design, and just in time for Easter next year. It's a little behind for this year, but we have something ready to go for next year. I think I will mount this on a 12 by 12 art canvas, kind of cut out the edges, glue it onto the canvas, and then put some washi tape decoration around it. Lots of spring color washi tapes available in my collection. So it's already mostly flattening out just from me working on it. I'll put it under some other canvases and it'll flatten out completely and be ready to go to the mounting step next. But overall, lots of diamond painting on this one. So it took a bit longer than I thought it would. When I picked it out, it definitely had a lot of diamond painting there in those Easter eggs. So lots of different colors there, lots of good sparkle. The one thing I was kind of surprised about, I love these pearlescent teardrop shapes. I was going to call them diamonds, but they're really not. The teardrop shapes. And I was looking forward to a bunch of those, but those were the only two flowers that used those. So I didn't even use half of the ones that came with the kit. I would have liked to maybe see more of those pearls to offset some of the sparkle there. But we got two of them in there and lots of leftovers for other projects. But it should flatten out just fine. I'll put it under some other diamond paintings and let it flatten and then mount it, and we should be good to go. As far as the diamonds go, they were nice and clean. And by clean, I mean not dusty. Sometimes you end up with rhinestones that are pretty dusty because some of the back coating comes off, and those are harder to work with when they're dusty because your wax gets dirty very quickly from the dust. But these, as you saw in the time lapse, hopefully if I included some of the time lapse, then you will see I did not have to switch out my wax at all throughout this. So the drills were nice and clean, very shiny, very nice diamond painting. So for this one, $5.31, I definitely feel like that would be worth it for this because there is a lot of diamond painting on it. And nice little canvas here, so I'm happy with it. So again, this was from FGNormal. And check out their prices. Check out their website. They have a lot of different types of diamond paintings and stuff to offer, but be sure to read up if you're in the US about how they're handling tariff situations. Various companies are doing things different ways, so be sure to check on that. But I'm happy with it. So thank you, FGNormal, and we'll be back next time.